I put my red color here on my paper palette. Let's start quick drawing. I imagine I prefer to have my surface, my wood actually on a vertical, not the horizontal. So if you have oval shape or square shape would be great. Just make your flower vase on a center. So I imagine this is the top part of my flower, should be a little bit of space for the background. And I imagine here is good for my vase, the bottom part, which is here. And for the vase, I divided into different sections, this and this. And then I can connect it into the bottom part with gentle curve, or even I can fix the curve a little bit like that. So don't worry in drawing by acrylic. Anytime you can fix the shape, anytime you can correct and change it by adding some colors on top. So we don't need to be worried. And then I make it a little bit curvy on the bottom part. Like this. I know that I cannot see anything on the top of my vase, so the flowers are cover everything. So I go with the big circle shape of flower here. This is one of them, which is this one, the reddish one. Yellowy is a little bit bigger than this, so I draw the circle just a bit bigger. I prefer to do a simple shape of drawing at the beginning. That's so helpful. And then I will go through the details later. So these are two circle shape of my flower. The other is oval shape because my flower is facing toward right. So I draw one oval shape here on top of, oh sorry, it should be here, a little bit further. But that's fine, don't worry about this line, we will fix it. So this is another one. And these beautiful flowers, the blue one is covered from here, as from here on top that I mentioned, and then reach this yellowy one. It can be patchy like that. Just with square shape of brush stroke, we can make it. Even with the red, doesn't matter. We will bring the blue on top. You can cover everything like that. And I just go with the red for the circle of each flower. This one is completely red, so that's fine. Even if you are not happy with any part, you can add or you can cancel it. So you don't have to do something exactly, copy the shape. I see that my vase is a little bit curved more here. I fix the shape more. From the other side as well. This is quick drawing of vase of flower. And then I would like to add the stem and leaves. So one is here, draw the stem first, like that. The leaves are really gently and square shape connected to the stem, like this. A little bit pointy here. And this is more oval shape and narrow. The other is place like that, and half of it is on the other side, so it's cut to my reach to my edge of surface. And the other leaf is exactly connected to the flower. For next part is inside our vase. I know that it's a lots of stem of flowers are covered, but I prefer to make it more easy for myself. Just separate this curve shape of the place of the water that it shows here is the water reached on a half of our vase. And because the vase is glass, we can see the other side too. If I separate all this stem, it's a little bit challenging and confusing when you want to paint the color of vase and the details of the stem. So I prefer to start color all the vase with the gray color and the bluey one. After finish that one, then adding the stem, it's much more easy to do that. I add yellow ochre to make creamy color, but we already have creamy color in acrylic. If you have that, that would be nice to use like this one. This is exactly the creamy color that we need. But if you don't have it, doesn't matter. With yellow ochre and lots of white, we can make it. So I add white color, I add yellow ochre, just a bit, not much. Mix these two together and I reach the creamy color that I'm interested to have for the background. The amount of paint that you make, it depends on the size of your surface, as I mentioned. The drawing. I take my creamy color first and I start apply around my surface, around the shape that I have. Even if you did something that you're not happy with the drawing, you can fix it by the creamy color for the background. Very gently pass from each part that covered by red. And don't worry if it's not really accurate, doesn't matter, it's okay. If you even go inside the red. Place here. So if I move on into my bluey color or grayish color, gray blue, it's so different it has. And I would like to go as a layers. So I add a little bit more white color into my, it's not exactly the gray bluey, it's more bluey color. So I add more brown a little bit. Oh, let me see. And with the white color, I would like to make a transition for that. So more brown. A little bit more brown I would like to add here. Yeah, that's so good. With this blue. So I have the light color now. I would like to mix with the creamy color and help the edges disappear. So smooth and soft. I prefer to make this shadow. And then for the bottom part would be okay to use the darker tone. Like this one. Even under your vase, it's okay to be dark. And we can add the shadow like this with an angle. Even mix with your creamy color to let it blend into each other. So I take my blue a little bit, take a lots of white to mix with it, and we need a light blue color to have. This is for light color. Even we can use sometimes the pure white color too. And we have already creamy color. For this part, as I mentioned, it's more bluey. We need a little bit more brown to add. And this time we need more white color. It's not really dark. More white color. More brown even. And yes, that's a perfect. So we use those colors. And then apply with this color that you make. Cover this part, the top part of. Please separate the water that it shows it's cover half of your vase. And then the top part, you can cover with this grayish color, all the part. And it's so lovely if you would like to keep the red color under it for edges if you want. I move on the lighter tone, which is this bluey white color for here. That we show this is for the water, the place of water. Cover this shape. It looks like oval shape. And lots of part that it's covered by this oval shape is creamy. Clean your brush, take some creamy color. And make it like that. Bring it on top of the blue. After you finish with this three color, we will move on for shadow and light. Even I can move on with this color under the water place here, which is the darker a little bit to show this is the place that my water is covered. And then at the bottom part, I prefer to add a little bit of space. For the light color, I just go with the pure white. I don't go with any other colors, just pure white. But for the darkness, we need to mix brown and blue that we already had, and a tiny bit white, like this one. This is so dark. It's so helpful to draw your line so clean. And you can draw one line as a darkness around the right side of your vase. I will start with the shadow first. And then the broken line on this part, I go like a little bit here, a little bit move on here, just a broken line, not cover all the part, and a little bit here. Even under my vase, I need this line as well. Now we move on with pure white color. Same brush, pure white color. I would like to add a little bit white color here. Under this line a little bit, like as a shine. Here as well. And it's better the base be completely dry because the pure white color be visible. And one line on this part as a shine for white color I would like to add. I hope it's be visible like this. See here? And then tiny line here, very small part, tiny line here. And please add one nice curve on the top of my water here with the white, this side. Even you can continue, but the broken line is better to have. And I bring a little orange on the top, the same way, like square, 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 beside each other. And on the top, like that. Make your petals similar square beside each other. And if you need a little bit in between empty, you can add some red. For now, everything is red with some square shape of orangey, but when we add the darkness on the center, it's more visible. I would like to bring more square on top and take heavy paint like that. And try to set this heavy paint on top of your painting. Let me show you here. It's more heavy and really visible, your brush stroke. For the side, you can make it just a bit curvy. Even here as well, you can make it curvy. Like that. And with the other brush, I would like to bring just one stroke as a brown for the center of my flower. I already have the brown. Again, so square. Bring it one square with a stroke on inside the center, like that. I am seeing that here is just a bit more dark. So I have red here and I have brown. Mix these two together to reach a little warmer tone of my red. Brown and red. And then I will bring one stroke darkness here. That would be nice, yes. And one stroke here to make my petals just tiny bit darker somewhere like left and right. Like that. If you see, I just go like I use the tip of my palette and my brush as a square and then move on like that. Even pure red, sometimes it's okay to bring. So for next one, I would like to go with this one. Inside is dark and around is light. Darkness of inside, I will go with the pure yellow ochre. Add some brush stroke randomly here to make inside petals. This is dark yellow color. And I add orange in this dark yellow, which is yellow. Okay, I have my orange. On top of those color, I will bring one stroke with orange. It makes so interesting to bring this orange on top of your yellow ochre. And when both is wet, they mix very gently into each other. So we don't need always let it dry and then add another tone on top. Sometimes we need to be wet and bring the other value. After that, just a pure yellow color that you have, and yellow is a little bit transparent color, so it's not easy to cover on top of your red. You need to bring heavy paint, and sometimes we need to wait a little bit, get dry, and after that another layer we bring. We will see what happens. So I will bring just the yellow, pure yellow, and I make a stroke like that. You see, it's so transparent. Even like a straight line, a big square, I will cover this part. You can fix this issue of transparency by just bring heavy paint. We move on for the other yellow flower. So I go with just a square shape of my yellow ochre, and I follow the same way, try to cover most of the part with this yellow ochre, like that. It's like making with bricks on top of each other, like that. And on the edges, I go a little bit on the other way, like this. I turn my way to shape the square like that, even like this. So feel free to cover your top of flower with the square, any like this here, and a little orange in between. It's nice to have. So beside your yellow and red flower, make sure to use this square brush stroke to cover the around it. Even if you would like to have your blue a little warmer, add just a bit brown into that, and then help your blue get warmness in summer. That's interesting to have this warm color around. And add the stroke around between your yellow and red. Lighter value. Even if you need, you can bring another dark tone in between, like this kind of things that I did here. And I do a little bit darkness in between, like that, and then the pure light blue. And now we will move on with lots of white, mix with the light blue color, but majority should be really white. And then bring the stroke on top with this white color. And between your blue, even if they mix together, doesn't matter. Accurate to cover all the red color. I'm okay to keep those. Even cover this one. Cover this. On the edges, a little bit darkness we need, like here, like here. One line, a little dark tone I add, even around this leaves as well. And I keep the stroke be visible. I love to be I love to see actually all the stroke that I will add, like that. And I need again back to red color for clean my line, because with the background color, sometimes they are covered by the background color. And if you're like to adding some darkness, a little bit brown, we can add a tiny bit brush stroke. Not cover all the parts, just some is enough. So clean your brush with this blue again, back to cover here. I love to keep the red. Okay, and then a little bit darkness. I see here is a lot, so I don't like that light darkness. I back again to the light color and bring on top. Yes, that's better. Again, red to fix the shape of my stem. And the brown to add just the small stroke somewhere, not everywhere. And so close, similar, this too happen for all these leaves that you see around. So we can cover all one by one with this color. I really love mixing my yellow color with the blue more than the green color that I have. I just add a simple stroke and the red color is completely visible. Yeah, like that. Make sure to draw a narrow line and make sure not pass from this line. Keep it like that and then continue from here to the bottom part of your vase. So this is for the reddish one. Even the thickness it's enough. We don't need to make it more than this. Just a little bit more heavy paint I can add. The other dark color we have is the green color. I would like to bring with my hold the brush, bring it here to show that thickness. Bring it till this and then continue from here to the bottom part. So it's a little bit thicker and I keep it like that.